Very good evening, everybody. Can all of you hear me properly? Can everybody see the screen properly? Welcome to Pathfinders Trainings. I am Yogeshwar Vashishtha. Just give me a confirmation and we will start the training. People are still joining. Yes, guys. Say yes if you can hear me properly, if you can see the screen properly. Thank you, Yatha. Thank you, Jayant. Vitrag, Tushar, Kodeshwaran, Gopal, and others who are all joining. So, thank you for your confirmation. I'm from Mumbai. I stay in Hiranandani Estate, Thane City, Mumbai. And welcome to all of you who have joined this webinar. Right? It is a stock market training, and this will be a 2 hours training till 11 o'clock. And in the end, I will take a question answer session. We'll be talking about the stock market. Normally, there are two categories of people who join this webinar. One who are absolute freshers, who have never done anything into the stock market. Say yes if you are a total fresher. If you have not done anything, you're a total fresher, please say yes, so that I know where I will start from. So yes, that's a lot of freshers I'm seeing. Okay, so a lot of you are new to the stock market. Great, thank you. Then there is another group of people who have tried on their own, they have lost money, and now they want to recover back their losses. Please write the word loss if you have lost money and you want to recover your loss. That's another Vikrang, Venkat, Rajesh, So these are the people who have made losses. This is a live webinar going on, guys. This is not recorded. This is live. You can see that a lot of people have lost money. And there are a lot of people who are freshers here. So the majority of the people that I am seeing are either freshers or people who have made losses. So is it okay, guys, if I take this training right from the start, from very basics, from zero? Will that be fine with everybody if I start from very basics? Great. So let's do that. Let's start from very basics and learn a bit about the stock market. In 2 hours, I cannot teach you stock market. Nobody can. But in 2 hours, I can introduce you to it. I can tell you what is to be done here and how to become a rule-based, process-driven, fearless trader and investor. That's what we'll be focusing on. So welcome everybody. Stock market is a risky place, so please take care. This is my trading room. This is where I'm speaking from right now. And every professional trader has a trading room. I'm a full-time professional trader and a trading coach. I'm doing trading for the last 18 years. I'm coaching for the last 12 years. And this is my bread and butter, my trading room. And I love books. You can see that. This is the back side of the trading room, full of books. So good traders are good readers, and they process and they follow rules. So that's me, guys, from Mumbai, Hiranandani Estate. And we are in an unusual world. We are not in a normal world. We are in an unusual world. See, Corona is going up, up and up. I have two children studying in US, and the corona in US is more than 130,000 cases per day now. In India, we are number two with 84 lakh cases and more than 50,000 cases still there. Still, vaccine is very far away. So please take care, and all economies are in a bad shape. Whether it is the Indian economy, the American economy, all economies except the Chinese are in a bad shape. Fresh lockdowns in many European places. So Don't take it lightly. Till the time you don't have a vaccine inside you, please be extra careful. I pray for you and your family. I'm transmitting at a very high speed of 911 Mbps. You should be able to hear me properly, see the screen properly. But by any chance, if you are not able to hear properly or have a bandwidth issue, I will be sending a recording of this session to all of you. So let's start. This is the stock market cycle. Stock market goes up and comes down and goes up and comes down. That's what it has been doing for centuries. And crashes in the market are a regular phenomenon. In 1992, our market crashed 54% down, then recovered 127%. In 1996, it crashed 40% down and recovered 115%. 2000, the IT meltdown, 56% crash. 2008 is 61% crash. Then in 2010, it was down 28%. And now in 2020 with Corona, it went down 35%. And now it has recovered back. So down and up are the regular cycles of the stock market. These are your regular investments vehicles. You know, stocks, FD, company deposits, government deposits, mutual fund, real estate, gold, cash. Out of this, which one appears to be the most risky, guys? The session is interactive, guys. You can interact with me into this one. I'll take a question answers in the end. Which one out of this appears to be the most risky? Yes, guys, I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, yes. I've started getting answers. Stocks, cash, stocks. Vinax Lele said FD, stocks. Almost 90% of you have said stocks are the most risky. Okay, they are volatile, but risky. Let's look at the logic. Let's build it. In your FD, what are the returns per year that you get? According to me, most risky is the FD. In FD, what are the yearly returns that you get? And they're about 6% per year. Very good. About 6% per year are the yearly returns, 5 to 7%, 5, 6, 7. And tell me, what is the rate of inflation in India? What is the rate of inflation? Mengai, inflation. Isn't it also about 6 to 7% roughly, ranging between 6, 7, 8%? So if your FD is giving you a yearly return of 6, 7% per year, and your inflation is also at 6, 7% per year. So what is your net growth of money per year? Yes. What is your net growth of money per year? Is it zero? So very good answer, Yatharth Kungar. It is zero. So FD gives you a false sense of satisfaction, but the money doesn't actually grow there because they are not even capable of beating inflation. Same are the pension funds, same are the ULIPs. They hardly give any returns. Now, another very favorite vehicle for most of the people are mutual funds. Okay, you either do a SIP in them or you are just buying them regularly and holding them. What are the returns? Do you know what are the returns in the last 1, 3, and 5 years most mutual funds have given? So called 4-star mutual funds, 5-star mutual funds. Do you have a figure in mind? What kind of returns have they given? See, 8 to 13%, 9%. That are the figures you are giving me. 10%, 12%. Santosh says 12 to 16%. So let me show you the real figures and you will be shocked. Let's look at our market first. This is our market. Okay, this is the market we have this year. If you see, we had a corona crash. This was the corona crash. And after that, the market has more or less fully recovered. It has reached the levels where it was there before the crash. So let's see what are the returns most of the mutual funds are giving in the last 1 year. I'll share the link with you. See here, even though the market has recovered, these are the returns in the last 1 year of most of the mutual funds. You'll be surprised to find what are they? They are all negative. They are all negative. I've shared the link with you. Then in the last 2-3 years, the average returns of the most of the mutual funds are 6%, 3%, 4%, 3%, 5%, and these are the actual figures, guys. Now, for how many of you this is a shocker? Say yes if these figures are shocking for you. You thought in mutual funds people regularly make money because that's what is promoted to you. That is what you see into that IPL match. That's where those famous cricketers and other people are saying mutual fund hai to sahi hai. Nothing is sahi. These are the figures. They hardly give any returns these days. And these are fast. Your stock market journey, tell me one thing. Should your stock market journey be based on skill and facts, or should it be based on assumptions and emotions? Yeah, what should it be based on? Very good. It should be based on facts, and that's what I will try to, get in front of you, and then you can take an informed decision how you want to enter into the stock market. Then, real estate after demonetization is a devaluating asset. It doesn't give any returns. Last 4 or 5 years, it has not given anything, and it will not give anything in the future. Gold historically has given 6 to 8% returns. This year, due to Corona, it has performed better. Cash doesn't give you anything. So, if you want to come to the stock market, come here knowing that this is a place where you can get high returns and liquidity. So, what kind of returns are we talking about? Now, in stock market, you will be doing two things. You will be building a long-term portfolio of stocks, which should be growing at about 24% per year, 4 times more than the FD. And you should learn how to do intraday and swing trading with futures and options, and that should be giving you about 10% a month on your capital. But tell me, will this money come to you by you just opening a trading and demat account and started trading with a broker? Will this money automatically come to you? Yes or no? Exactly. So that is the point I want to make, that this is the potential of this market, but the key is that you should have the necessary skill. You should have the necessary skill here. Now let's talk a bit about the word skill. What is skill? Skill is knowledge that is transferred by repetition from your conscious mind to subconscious mind. That is what a skill is. Now, how many skills were you and me born with, guys? Chale, let's talk about this very important word, skill. How many skills were you and me born with? Yes, waiting for your answers. Very good answers. Zero skills. We were born with zero skills. And then, thanks to our parents, we started gathering skills. They gave us the skill to talk, the skill to walk, skill to read, skill to write. We got more skills from the world, skill to play a game, cricket, hockey, football, skill to ride a bicycle, to swim in the pool. Then you went to the school, gathered further skills to socialize, skill to ride a car or a motorcycle, and then professional skills you got, like become a doctor or engineer, a coder or a manager or a businessman. In fact, the first 25 years of our life, we spend only in gathering skills. And rest of our life, we utilize those skills. Do you agree with this statement of mine, guys? First 25 years of our life, we gather skills. Rest of our life, we utilize those skills. That's what we do. Great. Stock market is no different. Stock market is exactly the same. You have to spend about 6 months gathering skills. And then for the rest of your life, you can utilize those skills to make this money. Building a long term portfolio which will create wealth for you, growing at 24% per year, becoming double every 3 years, and learning to create everyday incomes with intraday and swing trading, making 10% a month on your capital. So, this is the expectation you should be having, and that's what we'll be talking about. So, first, let's talk about portfolio. Now, what is a portfolio? Let's delve a bit into this. Now, let's go here to these companies: Adani Port, Asian Paint, Axis Bank, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Financial, Bharti Airtel, Coal India. What is common in all these names? Can somebody make a guess? What is common in all these names that you're seeing in front of you? They're all businesses. They are all businesses. That is the one thing common in all of them. They are all businesses. And what is the primarily thing any business is doing? Yes. What is the primary motive of any business in the world? Very good. Profit. Excellent answers by all of you. The primary motive of every business is profits, to earn profits and provide a good on service. They provide a good or a service, and in the process, they earn profits. So, when you are building a portfolio, it means you are buying 20 to 25 businesses listed on the National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange, and you expect them to give you 24% per year returns. Now, let's go back here in this one. Okay. And I had a query yesterday, and I'll ask you the same. How many of you already have, or you plan to have, Reliance Industries or Yes Bank in your portfolio? In your long term portfolio, you want to have Reliance Industries or Yes Bank, or you already have it? Jignesh says RIL. Kanaya say I have it. Shashank says I have it. Kanaya, Yes Bank, I wish. Okay. So many of you have given me a yes answer. Great. All those who have joined me now guys, welcome to Pathfinders Training. This is a live session going on. I'm Yogeshwar. Now, all those who said yes, is your answer based on facts, or you just have a thought about it? Is your answer based on facts? Say the word fact if you think your answer is based on facts. See, Vaishak says my answer is based on fact. Sanjay says my answer is based on fact. Vinak Lele says my answer is based on fact. I have more than 125 people attending this webinar, out of which 12 people so far have said, well, my answer is based on facts. Let's look at the facts. Let's go and look at the facts. So, if I have to find out the profit and loss of any business, what should I visit? Yes, another. If I have to find the profit and loss of any business, where do I look for it? Excellent answer, Rajesh Shuri. First one to answer, in the balance sheet. So why not open the balance sheet? See, this one is a balance sheet of Yes Bank. Let me share it with you. Let me share it with you and see here. In 2016, Yes Bank used to make a profit of 60 rupees per share. 2017, 72 rupees per share. In 2018, the profit of Yes Bank reduced to 18 rupees per share. 2019 further went down to 7 rupees per share only. And in 2020, now Yes Bank makes a loss of 13 rupees per share. I've shown you the facts now. Based on these facts, would you like to buy Yes Bank for your portfolio, expecting returns of 24% per year? Suddenly, your answer changed from yes to no because you were presented the right facts. And two people still said yes because you're emotional about it. A lot of people lose money into the market because the biggest enemy you will have in the stock market is that you will become stubborn and emotional and not look at the facts. Now let's go to another one where people are even more emotional. That is Reliance Industries. Now, Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, he ever sell one share of his company to anybody? Now, did Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani ever sold one share of his company to anybody? The answer is no. Good, Abhishek. And what is Mr. Mukesh Ambani doing for the last 8 months continuously? Isn't he selling his company to everybody? To Facebook, to Amazon, to a Sheikh in Arab, and to everybody he's selling his business. Why is he, if the business is so great, why is he selling his business to everybody? Now, let me give you the answer. The reason he's selling his business in everybody is because his udhar, his debt had become so big because of Reliance Jio that if he was not selling parts of his companies, he would in a few years become bankrupt like his own brother. And this is something he realized. And to clear his debt, he is selling his companies. He had 1.5 lakh crore of debt. Very good, Vaishak S. Kumar, for giving the figure. Now, let's go to Reliance Industries facts. Now, in 2016, Reliance Industries used to make 84 rupees per share profit. In 2017, 96 rupees per share profit. Then, as all the free schemes, geos and everything, and the big marriages and the lot of expenses started happening, the profit started reducing in March 18, just 53 rupees per share, March 19, 55 rupees per share, in March 20. It is just 48 rupees per share. The latest result of Reliance Industries came just a few days ago, and on the day after the result, Reliance tanked down 9%. So now, looking at these facts, would you like to buy Reliance Industries for your portfolio, guys? Yes or no? Great. So, what made you change your mind? Was it me? No, it is not me. It is this balance sheet which made you change your mind. And there are more than 5,000 stocks listed on NSE and BSE. And if you learn fundamental analysis properly, if you learn how to analyze the businesses, you can find your 20 to 25 stocks which are growing at exponential rates of 25 to 50% per year. So I just wanted to tell you that if you want to come to the stock market, your journey has to be based on facts and not based on emotions or not dependent on somebody else. Another reason you come to the stock market is because it is a serious business. Tell me, in the last 6 months, when the whole world was closed, was stock market all over the world open or closed? Yes. Was stock market all over the world open or closed? Open. Very good. This business never has a recession. Never. There is no retirement here. There is no minimum age here. You don't even have to go to an office. You can do it from your home. You can do while traveling. It's a business that you can give to your children. And to do this business, you just require 20, 30 hours in a whole month. If you want to do it as a part-time business, and 50 to 75 hours in a whole month if you want to do it as a part-time business. That's why it is a very, good business to have. Another reason you should look at stock market seriously is because you are uni-skilled. Tell me, in terms of making money, do you have one skill of making money, which is your job, or you have many skills of making money? Honestly, guys, how many skills do you have? And won't you be in a soup if you lose your job? Exactly. Most people have one skill of making money, and that's what I always say: take stock market as a serious skill of making money. It is a one more skill of making money that you have. After your retirement, you will have no skill, you will have no pension. So, the reason you should come to the stock market is because it is a second source of income, one more skill that you can look at. So, let's begin here. Let's start our journey, guys. Now, first, let me introduce you to your two friends in the stock market. Your two friends. Your two friends. Your first friend in the stock market is a balance sheet. If you want to enter stock market, you want to build long-term portfolios, you have to learn how to read balance sheet like the back of your hand. You should learn fundamental analysis, business analysis, and your second best friend in the stock market is technical analysis. It's technical analysis. Technical analysis is chart trading. For example, this is a technical chart. There are various forms of chart. This is a line chart. On the x-axis is time. On the y-axis is price. So a technical chart is a pictorial representation of time and price. This is a line chart consisting of closing prices. This is a bar chart. Bar chart is composed of four prices: open, high, low, and close. This is a candlestick chart which was invented in Japan, consisting of body and shadows. This is a Heiken-Ashi chart, and this is a Renko chart. You have to be proficient in this chart trading. This is the base. This is the ABCD of the market. Then there are weekly charts, there are daily charts, there are intraday charts. So you need to be proficient in reading the charts, which is your second best friend. If you have these two as your best friends in the stock market, you don't require any other friend. You don't require a TV, you don't require an expert, you don't need to be dependent on others. Then, who are your enemies into your stock market? Your enemies. Your first enemy in the stock market is your dependency on others. Dependency on others. Tell me, when you open a trading account, buy a mutual fund, give money for portfolio management, do they make you sign on a piece of paper that stock market is subject to market risk and you are responsible for your profits or losses? They are not responsible. Honestly, do you sign a paper like that? Yes, each of you sign it. Even I have to sign it. We all sign a paper saying that they who handle our money are not responsible either for our profits, either for our losses. This is your first enemy, dependency on others. Your second enemy into the stock market is your lack of skill. If you don't know what is to be done here, you will just lose money here. In stock market, losing money is a very common thing if you don't have the necessary skill. So you need to have the necessary skill. If not, that is your biggest enemy. And your third biggest enemy into the stock market is your emotions. Your emotions are your third biggest enemy into the stock market. Those who made losses, guys, tell me honestly, did you become emotional, lost control, and made loss? Honestly, yes. Bashak says, Rajesh says, Abhilash said. So it's very common when we don't have a skill, we are very emotional, and when we are dependent on others, then you are in a soup. And that's what happens to so many people. Now, so the key is understanding these charts. In fact, I'll not only talk about the charts today, I'll be talking about the 9 dimensions of the market that you need to know if you want to be successful here. But let's build some more basics first. Now, this is the price of the market. This is Nifty, our index. Now, on Monday morning, do you and me have any control as to where the price will open? Yes or no? Monday morning, do you or me have any control as to where the market will open, what price it will open? No? Excellent. Very great answer. But somebody must be in control, otherwise the market will not open at all. कोई ना कोई तो कंट्रोल में होगा, वरना मार्केट तो खुलेगा ही नहीं. That's why first let's learn who controls this market. That is the most important thing to know. Who controls this market? Who controls this market? Now, the first major player who controls the market are called FII. Foreign institutional investors. You will be surprised to know our market is so much dependent on them. Dependency on them is huge. So they control the foreign banks, the foreign corporates, the funds outside. The second biggest player who controls the prices in the market are mutual funds. Mutual funds have got an obscene amount of money. Since in India, so many people are dependent on mutual funds, their marketing is so strong, and most people are dependent on them. So mutual funds control the price. Now, the third biggest player who controls the price are the insurance companies. They make a lot of profit from the stock market. How much do they give you? They give you 4% per year. That's all they give you. Even ULIPs don't perform, but they trade the stock market, they trade futures, they trade options. You know, so do you know in India which company makes the most money in intraday trades every day with futures and options? It is Life Insurance Corporation, LIC of India. The fourth major player who controls the market are the banks. Every bank has got a department called Treasury in which they trade the market. The money that you give for your FDs, a big chunk of that goes into the stock market. Some goes into giving loans, other goes into trading the markets. Then the fifth major entity which controls the market are the corporates. They also control the markets, especially their own company prices. They are able to influence. And another major player who controls the market prices are the big brokers. Motilal Oswal, ICICI Direct, Sher Khan, Zerodha. So to an extent, they also control the prices into the market. Now, you have two choices. Number one, to try to beat them every day. What is your probability of success of trying to beat them every day? Is it very high or very low? Very low. Of course, it is very, very low. Now, another choice you have is to find out what they are doing and do exactly the same thing. So, what is the chance of you making with that every day? Very low or high? Very high. Very high. If you learn to find out what they are doing, and where do you find out what they are doing? On a technical chart, because you and me are not creating this chart, they are creating these charts. If you learn how to read these charts, you will know what are they going to do. You can copy their trades and make money. That's why you have to be very proficient in fundamental analysis, technical analysis, risk management, and psychology of trading. So what do you have to master? What do you have to master? You have to master fundamental analysis. Fundamental. Then you have to master technical analysis. Which is chart trading. Technical analysis. Then this market is full of risk. Risk is a continuous thing into this market. And third thing you have to master is risk management. And the fourth thing you will have to master into this market is psychology of trading. So you'll have to master these four things. Once you learn this, you know what they are. Is it difficult? No. But it will take time for you to learn. It will take. Stock market is a negative emotion inside you by default. Please understand, By default, stock market is a negative emotion about you. Why? It is not taught in the schools, it is not taught in the colleges, and from the very childhood, you have been told that stock market is gambling. How many of you have been told, guys, that stock market is gambling? Don't go there, you will lose your money. Have you been told that? And that is what subconsciously you carry in your mind. Do you know stock market is the place where an entrepreneur raises his money to do his business? There would be no Infosys if there was no stock market because the owner of Infosys, Mr. Narayan Murthy, had no money. There would be no Reliance if there was no, in fact, there would be no businesses, big businesses, if there was no stock market. Stock market all over the world is responsible for creating big businesses, whether it is Google, whether it is Amazon, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Infosys, whether it is TCS, whether it is a Dr. Reddy or a Glenmark Pharma. Think about it. So stock market is basically a barometer of the businesses all over the world. And we are afraid of them because most of us come from working backgrounds. Most of us come from job backgrounds. We are doing a job. Our father was doing a job. Our grandfather was doing a job. And we firmly believe in our mind that we cannot do business. Do you agree with me, guys? Sorry, I'm hitting you a little hard there. But if I don't, you will not learn stock market. Because we, by default, I know my father is a scientist. He's 82 now. This Lifebuoy soap of Hindustan Liver. He's the inventor of the soap. He has many patents. His names. This organic fuel of the planes that is going now. He was one of the inventors of it. And I was taught right from my childhood. He said when I got selected for my IIT, you know, he called me and he said, "Son, I'm very proud you are going into IIT. And just some advice, fatherly advice for you. Please stay away from bad habits like smoking, drinking, drugs, stock markets." So at a very tender age of 16 years, it was put into my head that stock market means gambling. Until the age of 38, I had nothing to do with the stock market. I entered stock market at the age of 38. Later on, I'll tell you how. So the first thing you will have to fight when you come to the stock market is your own head and your own psychology and your own subconscious. That's when you can enter here. It is not just buying a stock or selling a stock. You'll have to learn to take it with the seriousness of doing a business. Are you with me, guys? No shortcut in my class. You know, it is a business. You have to learn it like a business. Great. So let's go forward. Now, what is to be done into the stock market? In stock market, you know, what do you do? What do you What do you do in stock market? In stock market, you first learn how to do intraday trading. You learn to do intraday. What is the intraday trading? Intraday trading is one-day trading. It is one-day trading. Intraday trading is one-day trading. Now, what is the potential of intraday trading? Tell me, if you put your money for 10 minutes, your 1 lakh rupees, if you put for 10 minutes in FD, how much money will it give you? How much money will it give? It will not give you anything. It will give you zero. Shall I show you a recording of a live trade I did recently? It was a 10-minute trade. Okay. I was shorting an IPO. And on a capital of 1 lakh rupees, in 10 minutes, my profit was 20,000 rupees. But I have 18 years of hard work behind it. So let me share it with you. Let's see this one. I'll just open it. This is a live session I did a few days ago. It was 10 minutes of trading, capital of 1 lakh rupees, and I was trading a CANS and a ChemCon IPO after the listing. They are always listed expensive. Sell against margin 25 I'm doing this. Developing. Let me take it from here. Just watch it. Somehow. ChemCon is giving me 1,000 rupees, but somehow this ChemCon, I'm not very comfortable. I got out of ChemCon, book profit on this. And I'll keep on forwarding it. This is live trading. Lost 1575. And I'm not trading alone. I have more than 500 people trading with me. They are allowed to copy my trades. It establishes a buy on the trade. One now, good time. Stop loss trade 680. 680. So I'm making a 17,000 rupees in CANS now. Good time to sell half. 75 I have taken away. Okay, so 8,000 left here in this. Here, keep an eye on the downside as long as the downside is intact. Sorry guys, full focus here. I am still into the trade. So CANS is now 10% up. It was 33% up. What was our main strategy for shorting CANS? Yes, guys. What was our main strategy for shorting CANS? Now, I think in CANS, I will take out more. CANS square of 50 more I'm taking out in CANS. Booked a profit of 15,000 rupees in CANS now. And more or less, I think this move is now finished. So I'm finishing. I booked a profit of 19,000. So you can see, guys, on 19,000 rupees in 8 minutes. But I prepared for this trade for 2 days. I prepared for this trade for 2 days. But in a FD, in any other place, this kind of money is not possible. It is possible only in this market. And in what direction was I trading? I was trading while it was crashing down. What have you been told? When it goes down, you will lose money. No. The stock market, if you learn it properly, it doesn't really matter whether it goes up or goes down. You can make money in both the directions. So, intraday trading is for incomes and it is not dependent on your presence. You can do your job and these trades can be automated. Now, second form of trading is swing trading. What is swing trading? When your trade lasts for a few days. When your trade lasts for a few days, then you are a swing trader. You can buy today, sell after 4 or 5 days, 7 8 days, and catch a nice 3 4% of profit using stocks, futures, and options. So you become a swing trader. These two create incomes. The third form of trading you will engage is positional trading. In positional trading, you hold your trade from quarter to quarter. 3 to 4 months your trade lasts, and it gives you a long range profit ranging from 15 to 20%. And the last form of trading that you will do is portfolio building. Now, portfolio building is creating your long-term wealth. Please remember, you will not have a pension. After 60, your children will go away, and 25 years after 60, you will still need money. The body will not be strongest, the medical expenses will increase. So, everybody should start building their portfolio now, but it is a scientific process. So, you learn to do, these forms of trading. And what will you trade with? What will you trade? You will trade first the stocks. Stocks are the least attractive, can give money in up direction only. They can give money in up direction only. They can't give you money when the price goes down. The second product, which is better than stock, is called futures. Nifty, Bank Nifty, stock futures, commodity futures, forex futures can give you money in up and down direction. Can give you money in up and down direction. And the most attractive products, my favorite is options, which can give money in 3 directions: up, down, and sideways. Up, down, and sideways. So these are the 3 products that are there that can give you money. Like, for example, this is one of my options trades. Only call and put options, 13,000 rupees of profit, and doesn't really matter whether Reliance will go up or Reliance will go down. I'll get money anyway. My potential or probability of profits here is close to 95%. And this is the level you will have to bring yourself to. Like, for example, if I just see on Friday, Maruti was down 2.6%, but the Maruti put option was up by 67% in a single day. GAIL was down by 1.89%, but GAIL put option was up by 23% in a single day. So, if you want to become a professional here, part-time or full-time, you will have to learn stocks, futures, and options. Are you liking the session so far, guys? Right. So let's go further. And what markets will you trade? What markets will you trade? You will trade first the stock market, which is open from 9 to 3:30. The second market you trade is the forex market, currency market. Forex market is open from 9 to 5, 9 in the morning till 5 in the evening. And the third market, another very popular market now, is commodity market, which is open from 9 to 11:55 p.m. It's open till late night, almost till 12 o'clock in the night, and all of you are allowed to trade these markets. So this is a whole profession. The way you become a doctor or engineer, the same way you become a stock market trader. And like for example, I am a full-time professional trader. I have a personal trading capital of a few crore rupees. I also coach people with a trading capital of 10 lakh rupees. And I teach with live trading where you can also trade with me. Let me share with you the trade log of that 10 lakh rupees. Now, and with this, yeah, this is the, now this is on a 10 lakh rupees. Tell me, this is pure intraday trading. I'm showing a log. On a 10 lakh rupees in FD per day, how much money will you get? Yes. On a 10 lakh rupees in a FD in a single day, how much money will you get? I'll save you the trouble. You will make 170 rupees per day. You will make 170 rupees per day. In the stock market, in intraday trading, your target is 5,000 rupees per day. Like for example, yesterday, this was my trades. 10,210 rupees of profit. You can see here. And every day will not be a winning day. There will be losing days also. See here. This is profit days. See here, I have 4 profit days of 47,000, 1 loss day, 2 profit days, 1 loss day. Now, if you go here, I'm now having 8 continuous profit days of 1 lakh and 2,000 rupees. A small loss day of 5,000 rupees, I don't mind. And if you go down here, the average I am making on my intraday trading is a 20% per month. But I'm trading for 18 years, guys, continuously. So, but this is the potential. In your FD, you will never get this. In your mutual fund, you will never get this. But then you will have to work hard for it. So, to make this kind of a money, you have to understand the 9 dimensions of the market. Now, let's go to the 9 dimensions of the markets now. So, please take a screenshot of this if you want. I'm going to rub it now. Okay, let's go to the 9 dimensions of the markets now. Like these are the 9 dimensions of the market. This market is not emotional. It is not speculation. It is not gambling. It is purely mathematical. How many of you have learned the subject called probability and statistics in your maths class? I'm an IITian, guys. I know maths. And I know this place is just maths. Okay? A lot of you have learned that. So stock market, these are the 9 dimensions: price, patterns, volume, open interest, volatility, momentum, multiple time frame analysis, fundamental technical mismatch, and sentiments and emotions. Let's touch the first one, the price. Now, let's go a little back here. Look at this chart and tell me in how many directions does the price move? In how many directions does the price move? Price moves in three directions. Those who answered three are the correct ones. Price moves up, down, and sideways. It moves in the upward direction. This is up, this is down, and this is sideways. Price moves in three direction, up, down, and sideways. Now in this price that we are looking, we see it doesn't remain up forever, it doesn't remain down forever. So it moves around a pivot. Let me add into this the line of balance. I'm adding a line of balance in this. I've added the balance line in this. Now this is the balance line. Balance line. Now, what is the price doing? Let's see. The price, when it goes far away from the balance line, the price becomes imbalanced. Remember the pendulum you have, the watch with the pendulum, the needle goes on one side, the kinetic energy gets converted into potential energy, comes back to the mean, goes to the other side, comes back, and it continues. Price does exactly the same. It becomes imbalanced, then comes back to the line of balance. Now again, becomes imbalanced, comes back to the balance line, stayed around the balance line, again becomes imbalanced, and comes back to the balance line, again becomes imbalanced, comes back to the balance line, became imbalanced, goes to the balance line, and here this was one of the biggest imbalances, the corona, extremely emotional market, the whole world closed down, but then it also gave you the greatest of the opportunities. What did the price did? Price did what price always do. It tried to gain its balance and again came back to the balance line. Came back to the balance line. Now again, the price has become imbalanced. Now, where is the price likely to go from here now? It's likely to go down again towards the balance line. Tell me honestly, guys, has your eye of looking at the price changed forever? Honestly, has your eye of looking at the price changed forever? Yes or no? It's a very scientific place. You can make money here every day if you practice properly and learn the skill properly. You need to learn it. It will not happen automatically. You cannot be dependent on others, and you need to take control in your own hands by dedicated to learn it. Got it? That's how you will get it. I'm a coach. I teach you how to do it, but then only to people who are not looking for shortcut, who are willing to commit time, pay money, and in 6 months who want to earn about at least 5 to 10,000 rupees in a day. How many of you are committed for that challenge, guys? Say yes if you are committed for the challenge. I am very particular, hardworking people only with me. More than 5,300 people have passed under me in the last 12 years. And You don't have to leave your jobs. Keep on doing your jobs and become a part-time trader. But of that later on. Let's learn more. Now, let's take a classical example in this. Reliance. Remember? Now, Reliance, because Mr. Mukesh Ambani, he had to sell his company to the whole world. So, would he manipulate the price on the upward side or the downward side? Yes. Which side will he manipulate? Of course, on the upward side. And that's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. When he wanted to sell it, the price was manipulated on the upward side. And now that most of his sale has happened, where is the price coming now? Back to the balance line. And don't be very surprised if you see Reliance one day around this level of about 1,000 rupees. In fact, the nearby targets of Reliance in the coming few months are about 1,200 rupees, provided you are looking at this. So, this is the balance that we were trying to see. Now, another thing you have to understand in the price, like these are charts. There are 5,000 charts to look at. Now, let's say I have to decide on Monday morning which option should I trade. Is it practical to look at 5,000 charts and try to find out in them where is balance, where is imbalance? Is it practical? No. So that's why you need to learn technical filtering. Another very important skill to have is technical and fundamental filtering. Technical and fundamental filtering. This is what is very important. So let me give you a demonstration of a technical filter. Now, I want to check out on Monday where will the price be. So what to trade on Monday? What option do I want to trade on Monday? So I decide on, out of the 5,000 stocks, I shortlist on the group I want to focus on, and I say a very common overbought and oversold indicator in technical analysis is relative strength index, RSI, and say show me the stocks where RSI is overbought. So from the 5,000 stocks, I've zeroed down on 11 stocks based on a specific list I have. And on that, I say, let me filter it further, looking at stocks whose trends are peaking. And I just have 3 stocks that I need to focus on Monday morning. Instead of looking at the whole market, I will be focusing only on Havels, Kotak Bank, and MRF. So this is a great skill to have. Tell me, if you yourself know which stock to trade every day, will you be dependent or independent? Say yes if you will become independent. So don't look for shortcuts. Who are the people who lose money? Who are looking for shortcuts? Some algo trading, some shortcuts, some strategy. In the stock market, you are flooded with dreams. Tell me, the moment you go to YouTube where they are showing you all kind of dreams. So, how many of you have encountered those dreams where they say, leave it, come to me, I know everything, I'll make you rich? No. It is hard work. And if you are not willing to do the hard work, don't come here. You want to become a doctor? Do a hard work of 4 years. You want to become an engineer? Do a hard work of 4 years. You want to become a good parent? Do a hard work of 20 years. And you want to become a good trader and investor? You have to do a hard work of 6 months. So, but this is a profession you can teach to your next generation. To your next generation. You can learn it yourself, give it to your next generation. They will have a choice whether to do a job or not. Now, let's go to the second dimension of the market. The second dimension of the market is patterns. Now, patterns are important. And what are patterns? Let's take these three charts. Let's say I have Havells, Kotak Bank, and MRF. I start with Havells. Now, this is Havells, and this is the daily chart of Havells. And I see Havells is making a pattern. So, if I looked at Havells here, I see that Havells is having a breakout pattern. This is a breakout pattern. This is a breakout pattern in Havells. And I want to know whether this breakout that has happened in Havells has happened with volumes or without volumes. And I see a very prominent trend that the breakout has happened, but it has happened without volumes. And the last candle that is formed is called a doji, which is an indecisive candle. Now, based on this pattern, it is very easy for me to plan my trade for Monday. So I choose here, I go into Havells, and I say, okay, Havells is not likely to go up, it is likely to go down. Now, another thought most people have in their mind is, I need to be near the market to do trading. How many of you have this thought in your mind that you need to be near the market to take your trades? How many of you have this doubt कि market के सामने होना जरूरी है वरना trading कैसे करेंगे? It's the biggest myth. You don't need to be near the market at all. In fact, once you have identified your trade, your presence near the trade is not an advantage, it is a hindrance. You will just become emotional. Let's plan this trade. Now, this is my trade in Havells. Based on the pattern I identified, and I want to enter the Havells trade here. Not when the market opens, only when it breaks down below a level. I mark my levels on Havel. So I've demarcated my level on Havels. I decide on my stop loss in Havels, and I decide on my target in Havels. And in this, I know that I am on 23 rupees of risk in my worst case scenario. That means if I have 10 stocks, I'll have 230 rupees of risk. If I have 100 stocks, I'll have 2,300 rupees of risk. That means I can easily trade about 500 stocks here. So I just double click on this. I say I am going to trade 500 Havels at a price of 802, stop loss of 826, profit target 715. I can put this order into the system right now. Right now. And then Monday morning, I don't even need to be near the market. When the price will come at 802, my order would be executed. And whenever it will come into the target, is and how much margin is required? Just 13,000 rupees. Potential profit into this one is about 97 rupees. 100 rupees almost, and that is a very decent profit of almost 30,000 rupees. And you don't need to be physically present near the market. How did I identify this trade? By using patterns and volumes. You will require a lot of practice. Then You need to understand the open interest. Like for example, if I go here in this, let's see. Now this is a nifty option chain. This is only numbers. For most people, this is just numbers. You know? But for a person who trains himself on this option chain for about 4-5 months, this is a 90% probability. Here, just by looking at the change of these numbers, which is called open interest in the live markets, you can tell with almost 80% accuracy which direction the stock will go in the next 10 minutes, in the next 10 hours, and in the next 10 days. This is a very, very prominent dimension of the market. Then, momentum. Momentum, like let's pick up a momentum oscillator. Like I look at Kotak Bank. Now, this is another one I'm looking at. This is Kotak Bank here. And I see Kotak Bank. Kotak Bank also making a similar move. It has not done a breakout. I want to know the momentum of Kotak Bank. So I go into Kotak Bank and I draw my momentum indicator into this one. Yeah. Now, this down here, this green line, this red line, and this blue line, this is momentum. And if you learn how to interpret it properly, like here I'm saying the last time this blue line came on this level, it was at about 58. This time it has come on this level, it has not even touched 50. And that is giving me a very good trade right on Monday morning. And I can, even without going into it, I can go to Kotak Bank. Call option of, let's say, about 1800. I've identified Kotak Bank, lot size of 400 and a premium of about 21 as my potential trade on Monday and Tuesday, just looking at this momentum now. For most people, this is just a few lines. For a trained trader, this is pure money. So, multiple time frame analysis, fundamental technical mismatch, sentiments and emotions are other types of dimensions into this market. So these are the 9 dimensions which takes about 6 months to master, and lifetime of learning is what is required. These are 4 types of trading you will have to do: intraday, swing, positional, and portfolio building. And these asset classes you have to master in about 6 months. Stocks, futures, options, commodity, and forex. I train you in all. This is the skill set required: fundamental analysis, technical analysis, stock filtering, risk management, mastering the online platforms, high probability trading setups, where you have at least a 70% probability of making money, trading plan aligned to your personality, rational decision making, money management, and managing your emotions and your subconscious minds, guys. So, this is the skill set. That's me, guys. My name is Yogeshwar Vashishtha, and that's one of my latest pictures. But before I go telling about myself, let me give a more personal view. That's my Facebook page, guys. This is me and my wife Dharmishta. Our last year vacation in Dubai. I like to travel. We just celebrated this year our 25th marriage anniversary. I'm married for 25 years now. I started stock market journey at the age of 38 when I was an NRI. I'll tell you about it. And now I'm 54 years of age and I love my profession. Then, yeah, that's what our anniversary function. This is my house in Mumbai, a small party with friends. Money gives you freedom. That's what I like about money. We have two boys, Vedant and Siddhant. This is the younger one, Siddhant. He studies in Purdue University, USA, guys. Data science. Elder one is Vedant. He's in Chicago doing his third year computer engineering. Both of them are trained in stock market from the age of 12 onwards. This is the James Bond Island. This is the Shamak Dower. Shamak Dower has written a book called The Laws of the Spirit World, and we share a common interest in that. This is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, a tour to Europe. Yeah, these are our angels, Vedant and Siddhant. He's 18 and he is 21. Leaning Tower of Pisa in Italy. And let's see if I can get, yeah, a family picture. This is in, I think, Berlin, Germany on a vacation here. So that's me, guys. On the personal front, on the professional front, I'm a civil engineer in my profession. I've done my M-Tech from IIT Roorkee. My international certification in management from South America, Peru. My advanced courses in trading and investing from various places. Started with Pristine Academy of USA. I have three phases in my trading career. One is a part-time trader, second is independent trader, and third is an independent trader and a trading coach. This is my M-Tech degree from University of Roorkee, guys. I started my journey with Skanska. This is a international company, and I was with them for more than 10 years working on hydropower projects in Sri Lanka, Sweden, Norway, and my last project was in Peru, South America. My trading journey started in Sri Lanka when I was working on the Kukleganga hydropower project, and there my first mentor was Jeffrey. He used to teach me in live market. From there, I was transferred to South America working on Yunkan hydropower project. And there I enrolled myself for an online course of Pristine Academy. I remember in 2002, 2003, I paid a fees here of almost 3 lakh rupees, which was almost equivalent to my 1 month salary at that time. But this was the best decision that I took. I think that was the money best spent. Trained under them for a few years, and that took me to the level where I started making about 10% a month on my capital. So I was a part-time trader from 2002 to 2006 while working with Skanska. 2006, and I decided to take it as a full-time profession. And I wanted to be more with my family and have a more independent life, less stress-free. So 2007 February, I came back to India and I became a full-time trader. I became a full-time trader, and this I had a good support from my family. That was the best part because I had prepared them that yes, I'm going to become full-timer. 2008 crash was the best thing that happened to me. I love when it goes down. Like if you will go here on this, let's see. Okay. This is my YouTube channel, guys, where I have more than 200 videos. There are almost 40,000 subscribers here. And here you will find a lot of my live trading videos. And most of the money is when the market is crashing down. Market is crashing down on this. And I always believe that in this market, you can make money any day, provided you are governed with a set of rules. Then 2009, uh, I had a milestone. My trading capital became more than a crore rupees. I asked Jeffrey, my mentor, how do I go to the next level? And he said, now start coaching, but with live money, with real trades. So I started doing that from 2009 onwards. Then this was another milestone for me. From 2010 to 2012, I was part of this international group of traders. It was a great learning for me. And handling a capital more than a crore of rupees was giving me emotional challenges. They helped me to, you know, how to get ahead of those challenges. So utterly thankful to them for 2 years of a very strong support, being part of this international group of traders. Said thank you to them in 2012. Started working on a mentoring model of my own. This is my company, Pathfinderstrainings.com, in existence since 2007. This is John Bollinger, guys, inventor of Bollinger Bands. And I took about 6 months creating a lifetime of a course. And in December 2012, this was the first batch of 35 students. At that time, it used to be 4 days of classroom training, then 6 months of live trading practice, intense online, and lifetime of mentorship, mostly in Mumbai. More than 125 batches like that passed out. And then a few years back, the course has become totally online so that anybody from anywhere can do it. So you learn here everything. You learn how to build your portfolio, how to trade options. These are some of the earlier batches that have passed out, guys. You learn to trade on your own. The key is to make you a rule based, process driven, fearless trader and investor. I repeat, the focus is to make you a rule based, process driven, fearless trader and investor, and take it as seriously as a profession as you will take your own job or business that you are currently doing, but not necessarily full time. You can easily take stock market as a part time profession until unless you develop a real passion for it. This is how the course goes. Let's understand the way the course goes. First of all, it is a lifetime of a training. I believe in stock market, you have to continuously learn. So I've designed a lifetime of a course, and it is for serious people. This is for serious people. And you can't pay me full money today. No. You can only pay me 1,000 rupees, give an interview tomorrow. If you pass the interview, then you are taken into the course. If you do not pass the interview, your 1,000 rupees is returned back to you with thanks. The way you are looking for a good coach, I'm also looking for serious students only. Is it a fair deal, guys? You pass through an interview. If you get into it, you come into the course. Otherwise, your 1,000 rupees is given back to you. That's how I normally operate. The course fees is 45,000 rupees, all inclusive, guys. No gimmicks, nothing, no discounts, no one for one. No, this is for serious people. And I need to know that you are committed to the course. So how many of you are willing to give an interview tomorrow? I have only 10 seats. My batch sizes are very small. It is not a training, it is a mentorship model where you're live trading under me, you're talking to me, and you are committed to take your family to the next level. So it's only for very few people. Like out of 125 people, only about 10 people would be willing to come into this program. No shortcuts. How does it work? First, you pass through an orientation session. Then there is a foundation course of 50 hours, which I record every year. I just recorded about 10 days back a new one. And it starts from absolute zero. This starts from absolute zero. And you are, expected to master it in about 3 months to 6 months. Then, once your 1 month is finished, then your live trading practice with me starts for about 6 months. 6 months, you will be doing live trading practice with me 2 times in a month. I know you're doing a job. You cannot come to me every day. So, first and third Wednesday of the first and third Wednesday of the month, 9 to 3:30, you will be doing live trading with me. Okay. And recording of every live session would be sent. There is a question answer session, notes are given, books are given, and you will be in touch with me continuously. Then, second and fourth Thursday of the month in the night, 9 to 11 in the night, is a live learning session and a question answer session where I pick up a topic and I teach you the topic. This session is also recorded and recording is sent. Then every Friday you are given an additional session, which is a 2-hour session of an important topic, which you are expected to finish over the weekend. Then, once you become comfortable with this, then there is a mentoring session every Thursday, 1 to 2 in the afternoon, and that will be there for life. It will never stop. I have people under me who are training for years and years. What is a typical learning curve? A typical learning curve is you will take about a month to get used to it, to build your foundation. From the second month onwards, your portfolio building and trading will start with me. And within 3 to 4 months, you should be operating at your full capital. But the mentoring and live trading with me will continue for life. This is the course, guys. And this is the fees, one-time fees, 45,000 rupees, all inclusive. The software I was working on will be given to you for life. It is part of the course fees. Notes will be given. Mentorship is given. Live trading practice is given. And all the people who are trained under me are also, interacting with me on a regular basis. In the start, everybody starts as a part-time trader, but maybe in 2-3 years, if you like the profession very much, you can switch and you can become a full-time trader. So how do you pay your 1,000 rupees advance, guys? Let's go there. How do you pay your 1,000 rupees advance? So this is my website, pathfinderstrainings.com, guys. This is my website here. Go on the website and do a free registration first. If you go here, go to the free registration page first. Okay. This is the free registration page. Please do a free registration first.